Welcome to the Virtuous Woman Show, and we have an exciting episode this evening. And I know you're wondering, where is Reverend Ruth Kayo today? But I just want to tell you that, you know, people say that people will address you as you are dressed. And you know, they also say before you even talk, the way you dress tells people so much about you, even before you speak. This is the Virtuous Woman Show, and my name is Reverend Ruth Kayo. Today we are going to talk about dressing our different body shapes. And I know that could be a subject that is at the core of many women's heart, and that is what we are going to deal with today. Therefore, I want you to join me with my guest today. Her name is Lorna Susan Achenga, and she has a wonderful shop, and she's a designer, and we just thought of bringing her along so that she can tell us how we can dress as women and dress well. And I know that is something that you want to know. So without much ado, I just want us to welcome to the show my friend Lorna Achenga. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
It's good to be in your shop. And you have a wonderful shop.
Thank you. Thank
yes,
you.
And thank
Thanks
you
for having me on your show.
Wow, you're welcome. And thank you for accepting to come and help us know how to dress. Because, you know, for women, this is something that is at the core of their hearts. People would want to know how to dress their different body shapes. And I know you're going to help us today. That's why we came. So, Lorna, I want you to just take us through the different body shapes that we have. Because do we even have different body shapes? So a shape is just a shape. Take us through that and shed some light.
Okay, a shape is not a shape. Everybody is fearfully and wonderfully created.
Amen.
But we are dynamic.
Okay.
We have some people who are a pear shape. Pear shape, I mean the lower body is bigger than the upper body. You're hip heavy. You have a small waist.
Okay.
Big hips.
Okay.
We have apple shape. Apple, your upper body is bigger than the lower body. We also have the rectangle. That is more like me. We normally don't have a very small, I mean, we don't have a very well defined waist, but we are more of the straight kind.
Okay.
And that is the most common shape. Yeah. So now to dress the pear shape, you try to balance off your body because your upper half is bigger than the lower half. So you try to create volume on the lower side to balance off your large upper. And the reverse is also true for the pear shape because you're hip heavy, your upper body is quite small, and this shape draws quite a lot of attention. So we try to balance it off. Maybe like if you're hip heavy, maybe if you go for fitting bottoms, if you have a larger blouse, ruffles, frills, or gathered sleeves to try and balance off and hide.
Okay.
Yeah, the larger
part.
Lower half of the body. Yeah.
So let me ask you. I've never thought about the different body shapes, to be sincere, and I believe this is something that even women have never, and that's why sometimes we tend to dress like we go off in our dressing because we don't really understand these things. But let me ask you now, as for me, what do you think? Well, my shape is like, is it rectangle? What?
I think it is. You're tending towards rectangle. But you're a bit heavy on the bottom. Okay. But you look balanced. When you look balanced up and down, you are more of a rectangle.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I want to talk to a woman who maybe is pear-shaped, because those are the kind that really have a hard time, maybe looking for dresses to wear and how to balance, because maybe you've said they are small up
yeah,
and their
lower half
is heavy.
Is thick.
Okay, it's thick. Oh, you use the word thick. Thick is good. Okay. Yeah. So kindly take us through now. How do I get to know my like what to wear and even in different occasions?
Okay, now like for the hip heavy figure, the pear shape. That is an interesting shape because it draws quite a lot of attention downstairs because the lower upper bit just looks significantly smaller than the lower half, which looks quite bulky. So what you're trying to do, assuming you're going to church and being African and in this cultural setup of ours, you try to cover up a bit of it. Probably you can do something maybe even an A, which will skim over, I mean, it will fit nicely, and then it will skim just over your hips, so it's not really fitting and defining the unnecessary, because you know now for church there's that respect aspect that is relevant.
You're right.
Yeah. And then now when we move out now, maybe like social circles, maybe you're going out to dinner. Yes, of course you have a beautiful shape. It's everyone desires to look like that. Everyone's dream is that. That and the hourglass, those are the two shapes that ladies they come out like that. So other places you would try to, like, if you want to do something fitted, have your upper garment a bit wide, a bit loose.
Oh, wow.
Probably a bit loose. Or if it is not loose, it has a lot of detail.
Okay.
Probably you choose to go for maybe a plain skirt. Choose a floral blouse.
Wow, that's a good tip.
Yeah, you can choose a floral blouse. It will camouflage the smallness. It will create volume on the upper half.
Okay, wow.
And then also you can do a blouse that has ruffles.
Okay.
Like for instance, this dress that you like.
This one,
yes. You see this kind of a ruffle. Assuming you had a blouse and you're hip heavy. You see, this creates volume and distracts from the lower half.
I
see.
This
is also an example of a way that you can camouflage your hip heaviness. Yes.
So the point here, anytime we dress, it's about balance. It's just about balance.
It's about moderation, and then think about your image.
Okay. Wow.
Of course, you're well, but try to look decent.
Okay.
You know, there's that looking nice and elegant, and vis-a-vis looking tacky.
Okay.
Yeah. Try to make it look like you're exposed. Make yourself look like you know what you're doing. You understand your body.
Yes.
Yeah. Don't just dress for the sake of dressing. Understand your shape.
Wow.
And then work with what works with your shape.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like for example, you talked about the rectangle shape, and you also said about that the person who has a pear shape, or that is the pear shape different from the hourglass shape?
Yes.
Or different?
The hourglass shape is now that is the one that is not common. It's hard to come across.
Okay.
You're full. Oh. You're full, but the waist
is small.
Very small.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But you see, up pear, the lower half, the waist is small, the hips are big, but your upper half is quite small. But for the hour, proportional upper half. Yeah. Proportion to the lower half, but the waist
is small. I hope there is a lady that is being helped, because I am really being helped today. And now you talked about the pear shape and all these types of shapes. Sorry.
Yes.
What about, and you talked about them wearing an A-shaped dress.
Yes.
Like what would you call this?
This is a circular.
This is a circular.
The upper half is fitted. The lower half is round. Yeah, this is circular. Now you see someone who is pear shape, because of the balance, you might find, like, we have different sizes for ladies. Probably you find, since you're your pear shape, you might find your lower half falls under a size 46.
Okay. Your
upper half probably falls under a size 40.
Oh.
Getting something fitted.
Okay.
Like a fitted dress from up to down is virtually not possible.
You're right.
So you see something like this circular can also dress a pear shape. It will fit you. You know you're a 40 up. You're a 46 down. This allows for it to fit your hip.
Yes.
So it gives you a perfect fit.
Wonderful.
You can also consider something like a circular dress for the pear shape.
For the pear shape.
Yeah.
Okay, can we have something that can really, maybe you have something for the rectangle shape?
For the rectangle, anything works. Most things work.
Oh,
because
really?
You're balanced.
Okay.
Your waist is not too small.
Yes.
Your hips are not too big. Your bust is not too big. You just fit in them. Like me, like what I'm putting. It's just...
So it just goes.
It just goes. Wow. It's easier to dress.
To dress a rectangle shape. Okay, wonderful. Yeah. So I believe somebody has been helped with what we have today here and what we've talked about, because these are some of the things that cause a lot of issues, and even in churches you find, like, we don't know how to dress we don't even know our body shapes. So when we dress, there is a lot of controversies. We don't know how to handle. But when somebody understands their body shape, they will be able to dress accordingly. Wow, thank you so much, Lorna. So if we want those people that would want to reach you, how can they reach you, Lorna?
Okay, like we are located. Our physical location is at Naivas Supermarket Building along the Nakuru-Nairobi Highway, and we are just the third shop from the supermarket door, and we are called Pinkwood Creations, and our contacts are +254 721 720 458.
Wow.
Nakuru.
Wow. Wow. Thank you so much, Lorna. This has been very, very important. Now, you know, with this, when we understand ourselves, we don't even have to go for these cosmetic surgeries for our shapes, because you will dress accordingly. If you're a pear-shaped, now you know how to dress. Go for those A-shaped dresses that would make you they're not tight on your hips, but they would really cover you very well. If you're a rectangular shape like me, wow, Lorna says we can dress in most of the things. But if you're an hourglass, oh my God, you are wonderfully and beautiful, created by God, and you can also have something if you dress in accordance to your body shape. I believe you've been helped. We are going to take a short break. We'll be back after this, and we'll be talking about makeup. And I know you want to know, how do I balance my makeup and my clothing? And that is something that we all need to know as women. May the Lord bless you to keep tracking with us.